What would women dislike most if they became men? Women compliment each other constantly on hair, outfits, makeup, achievements, even just saying, "You look happy today." But I often think about how rarely men get to hear the same kind of positive feedback. A friend of mine told me that the last time a stranger gave him a genuine compliment was 3 years ago when someone said they liked his jacket. It's striking how starved men are for compliments, so much so that they remember a single kind word for years. That comment about his jacket? He still wears it because of that one interaction. It's honestly kind of sad when you think about it. Receiving a compliment should be something everyone gets to experience, not just women. Going bald way too early. Sometimes I will look at older pictures and I just don't get it, man. Who is this supposedly helping in an evolutionary way? Why does the world want me bald? Why do we get second set of teeth so early? Need new ones at 40. Nature would have you not need them anymore by around that age. In humans and many other primates, every year you live past your prime is just bonus time tacked onto your lifespan. By the 40s, you've presumably mated and produced offspring, as well as lived long enough to raise them to their own self-sufficiency. Humans figured out that if you protect and care for your oldies, greater tribal wisdom can be pooled and used for the benefit of the whole clan. It's where we get the wise elders concept. Though now that I'm getting to that age, I'm not so sure the concept is valid, lol. The dynamic of friendships and romantic relationships are very, very different. Edit. Whoa, this really took off, lol. Interesting how many different interpretations of dynamic there are in the thread of this comment. Hey bro, how's things? Okay, not bad. Just sorting the wife's funeral and all that. How's things with you? Oh, I didn't know you had a wife. Sorry to hear that. I'm working on my suspension. Thanks. What are you doing with your suspension? On your van? Tell me more. Me coming home to my wife. Her, how was hanging out with this guy? Me. Yeah, this guy's wife died. Had a funeral and everything. Her, OMG, how did she die? When did she die? Is he okay? Me. Didn't say. Didn't mention it. His car's suspension's fixed though. Nobody talks in the bathroom. Not everyone understands that code. Once I had to tell my boss, "Can you not talk to me while I have my dick in my hand? Were you in bed without me?" Having to be cautious around children. Having children be cautious around you. Women being cautious around you. I'm a teddy bear of an individual and even I get suspicious looks occasionally. I bet less friendly looking guys have it worse. I always thought this was just silly internet stories that happened once or twice that got passed around for rage bait. Then 2 weeks ago I was walking around my tiny town with my son, he's 3, listening to his favorite song, Not the 1975 by Knox, and it was over and he wanted to listen to it again. I told him it was my turn, and he started throwing a tantrum. Had a lady come over to us and ask if he was okay, if he felt safe or needed help. He just cowered behind me at a strange lady trying to get up in his face, and I had to tell her to back off. She's scaring him, and I picked him up and walked away. She yelled she was gonna call the police, and I just said fine. His grandma is on the force, people are nuts. Learning how to take a piss without getting the last drop in their pants, I still haven't mastered that. No matter how much you shake and dance, the last few drops will wet your pants. You will never master it, sorry. Getting a compliment becomes a legendary event. When I realized this, I started complimenting my friends anytime I thought of a genuine one. It quickly grew into a small culture between us, where we regularly compliment each other just to boost each other's stations a bit. Just gotta be genuine and don't have shitty homies who think it's gay to compliment each other. Having to adjust their balls while walking. Being baseline perceived as a threat or creep. It's a genuine joy and delight watching children laugh and play, but unless one of them is yours, you will be seen as a pervert and creep. The apprehension I felt when we were at the park and my nephew that has significantly lighter skin than me needed to go to the bathroom and insisted that he wanted his uncle to take him. Walking a 3-year-old that doesn't look like you into a park restroom because you don't want to make him feel bad while wondering if the rest of the world is looking on and are about to freak out is not much fun. That said, I wouldn't give up my nephews for the world. You know those emotions? Hide them. It's opening up to someone and then getting ghosted or seeing the loss of attraction that hurts. You learn to deal with that stuff on your own real quick. The social isolation and expectations of stoicism in basically any situation. Loneliness and not being able to express their emotional feelings without being perceived as weird or weak. The lack of care and understanding people have in general for your hardships and expected mental strength you need to show, no matter what, despite that. I think chest and stomach hair, I like how it looks on guys, but seeing it on my body would be shocking. And ear hair growth when you're older? Having exterior equipment seems uncomfortable. This was my first thought. The overstimulation of feeling something between my legs would be incredibly uncomfortable. The difference in friendships probably. Edit burp. Guys, I'm not even saying either is better or worse, just different. Burp. And that I imagine if I was a girly pop, I'd miss being able to girly pop with my girls. And now I have to bro down instead, and also vice versa. Burp. Definitely. As an example, a friend of mine returned from living out of the country for a couple years, and we were hanging out when he got back. After he left, she was asking me all sorts of questions I couldn't answer. What did you guys even do for 3 hours? I don't know, smoked weed and watched funny YouTube videos? She's got a mental database of every detail of her friends' personal lives down to their favorite color. Meanwhile, I have friends of 20 plus years that I don't even know if they have siblings, let alone how old they are or what their names are. LOL. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. Bye.